it's Tara Green, and it's December 28th, and we're in the last week of 2020. It's amazing that we made it, isn't it? Okay, so let's get a little overview of what's coming up this week. On the 28th, you can see the moon is in Gemini. It's up at the top there. Moon opposing Venus and Sag, so there's going to be an insistence on telling the truth. And your dreams might be razor sharp, and lots of dreams about traveling and exotic things and needing wild open spaces, horses and whatnot. Now, the Gemini moon squares Neptune and Pisces, so that's still in the dream time in Pacific Standard and in Eastern Standard Time. So it can be a good day to really pay attention to your dreaming, nighttime dreaming, your intuition. Neptune conjunct or square or oppose the moon always accentuates the lunar intuitive aspects, bring out hidden things, listening to your feelings very strongly, although Gemini tends to, go back and forth about in their mind what they're feeling, right? Can't make up their mind, gotta do this, gotta do that. Okay, then the moon will in conjunct Pluto in Capricorn, that's in the evening. Again, can be power struggles. Your mind wants to go one way or the other. So you could be going back and forth in a power struggle with a friendship. There could be endings of friendships, miscommunications, things like that, like something that just hit you like, oh my God, why didn't I see it coming? The moon then sextiles Mars in Aries, so there's a pretty high energy, lots of talking, lots of chit-chat, lots of inspiration, lots kind of make new plans. People are at the end of the year, of course. I think people want to get over 2020 and hope for a brand new 2021, so this would be a good time to brainstorm about, your 2021, what you want to do. And then the moon goes void, of course, that's at 10:01 p.m., that's again Eastern Standard Time. And then 29th, there's a full moon at 8 degrees Cancer. We're going to talk about that a little bit more. So the moon enters Cancer in the morning, 5:28 a.m. Again, this is Eastern Standard Time. And so our feelings start to get settled. We start to feel happy that we're at home, that we start to feel and crave emotionally safe. We're ruled by our stomachs when the moon is in Cancer. The moon is in its home sign, so it's very happy. So emotionally, time to kind of relax, good time to take a big long bubble bath, a big long cleanse with lots of kind of sea salt, Himalayan salt, Epsom salts, big cleansing time. Good to do. The moon in conjunct Saturn and Jupiter in Aquarius. So the Cancer moon is very sensitive, very nurturing, very motherly, and can't connect very easily with that Aquarian detachment, that kind of scientific, we're going to think about these emotions, we're going to kind of see a whole new perspective on the emotions, where the Cancer moon is right in her emotions, like right in her feelings. And of course wants to nurture people, and Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius are quite detached, okay? All right, now the moon squares Chiron in Aries, so there's been a lot of woundings here with Chiron in Aries. People are feeling extremely wounded, very vulnerable, very tensed out. If you've been having troubles with your stomach, your digestive system, this is going to be accentuated very much so at this full moon, and I know I can feel it myself, like all kinds of little body issues coming up because of still the unknowns and the tension. And the moon in Cancer wants to feel safe. So it's like the world needs, global chicken soup of the soul for exactly this time. And safety, and I think that stimulus package has finally been signed by Trump in the States, so people will be getting some relief. It's a sense of feeling safe where you live, which is really in your body. If you're not feeling safe in your body, then you're not feeling safe anywhere. So do a lot of self-nurturing. Cancers need others to need them. It can be a very smothering, if it's taken to extreme aspect, and it's hard for them to receive, even though it's a very, very receptive sign. But think about that, where do I deny receiving things? This is a big ticket item, actually. The moon, again, sextiles Uranus and Taurus, so, thinking, feeling, sensing, needing change, feeling a bit more upbeat, Uranus and Taurus, needing to really listen to your body, maybe trying to eat something different or cook something different or go back to an old favorite. Uranus and Taurus is sentimental but also needs to innovate, so reinvent a dish or, create something different. Can spice up any aspect in your life, actually. Now, that full moon, 8 degrees Cancer, happens at 10:28 p.m. in Eastern Standard Time, 7:28 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and 3:28 a.m. GMT of the next day. Now, it's a pretty complicated full moon here with, what have we got here? 8 degrees Cancer conjunct Mercury, The sun's at 8 Cancer, Mercury's in, sun's at 8 degrees of Capricorn, Mercury's conjunct the sun, opposite the moon, and they are widely square. The sun and the moon are square by Chiron at 5 degrees of Aries. Pluto's up in Capricorn too, again, still in that very tight Aries at 23 Aries. Aries moves extremely slowly, and Mars at 26 Aries. So there can be a lot of disturbances still happening, going on deep down in the psyche, which I'm still really feeling that quite strongly. Juno, the goddess of marriage, the goddess of relationships, the goddess of feminine genius, is in a sextile aspect to Saturn and Jupiter. So that's very good. So Jupiter in Sag really is searching for this higher truth, the bigger picture, seeking like the real truth. What's the cosmic truth beyond all of this chitter chatter, news that's going on? All this energy moving into air signs is the danger of it is it does take us away from our feelings. So this full moon in Cancer is very much about, yes, I need to hold on to my feelings. I need to trust my feelings. Ceres at 11 degrees of Pisces is squaring Venus. Neptune is squaring Venus. That's pretty much an exact aspect, actually. So Venus-Neptune is about illusions, delusions, seeking the soulmates. Neptune and Pisces since 2011 is all the fake news and all of this. What the fuck is going on? A sense of escapism and addictions and drugs and legalizing weed and kind of hiding out and being in the closet. And Neptune rules viruses, and everybody was predicting that there would be worldwide viruses in general. So Venus in Sag, we want to travel. Venus is conjunct to the South Node. We want to speak our truth. So you really have to dig into what you knew in the past. Venus conjunct the South Node is releasing from the past, releasing past knowledge, but it's also able to tap into the wisdom of the ancients in Sagittarius there, and also to idealize things to some degrees. And then, of course, the North Node is at 19 Gemini. So kind of rationalizing things out with the two halves of our minds. So Venus square Neptune, again, breaking projections. Relationships that were built on projections will end now. I know I've been counseling clients going through this, and now this really, for me, really signifies an end. You need to break it off. If it's a toxic relationship, if somebody's not being honest with you, if you've been projecting that they're going to be there for you, they are not. So, this is where you really need to comfort yourself at this full moon. I would strongly recommend, big deep baths, drinking lots of water, definitely getting some moon bathing, really putting your crystals out into the moon. Moonstones are also the crystals at this time. So Venus square Neptune actually happens exact on the 30th. You can see it there, 5:19 a.m. It's great for artists, great for poetry, great for singing, dancing, whooping it up. Venus and Sag is pretty optimistic, actually. And so, Jupiter rules both Sagittarius and Pisces. So Jupiter in Aquarius with Saturn there is quite amping up this energy, especially for Sagittarius, Venus there. Meditation, psychic energies open up. Trust your feelings, trust your intuition, trust your dreams. You got to get beyond, all the noise, the fake news going on. I do feel there's a lot of kind of psychic jamming going on. I'm really feeling that. I don't think too many people are talking about it. As people want to go higher and get more kind of beyond things and more woke, there's also an equal and opposite negative energy being jamming the signals, I feel. So the moon opposite Mercury in Capricorn, that's on the 30th. Again, this is staying grounded and practical with your emotions. You might be feeling a little more reserved at that point. And then the moon trines Neptune again. It's a very dreamy, very spiritual, very compassionate time to look back on the year with compassion. I know there's lots of people who've lost loved ones and people they know, and a sense of really grieving. I would say it's a good time to grieve under this Cancer full moon. Grieve family, grieving the loss of familiar, safe, work, home, all of that stuff. And the moon then in conjunct Venus and Sag. So again, this is like, I think I've got it clear, and then no, maybe I don't. Moving up into Thursday here, the moon opposes Pluto in Capricorn. Again, power struggles in your dreams. This is when you have the tyrants, the Nazis, the people chasing you in your dreams energy. And be careful, because that can be real real. Okay, the moon squares Mars in Aries, so we can be waking up feeling really irritated or wake up very early, jumping out of bed, want to get on with things, want to get going. It is the last night of the year. It is New Year's. So we finally made it to the end of 2020. Congratulations, the moon's in Leo. So people are going to want to party hardy on Zoom at this point, as the moon will oppose Saturn and Jupiter in Aquarius. So unless you're with your family, your friend, your lovers, you're going to have to drink that champagne and party like it's 2020, doing it that way. The moon then trines Chiron in Aries. That's the last aspect almost before we get to 2021. The moon in Leo squares Uranus and Taurus. Actually, that's in Pacific Standard Time. So expect the unexpected as we get into 2021. I will be putting up my predictions. I'm still, believe it or not, thinking about it all. Okay, can we get to the next page here? I guess we can. Can we just keep going? Yeah, we can. Okay, let's keep going here. All right. There we go. Okay, so on January 1st, New Year's, I'm going to do a chart for this because that chart can be used as the indication for the whole year. So the Leo moon on the first day of the year, squaring Uranus and Taurus, that means power struggles between the old and the new leaders who want to keep in control in Uranus and Taurus, which is a kind of evolutionary energy, kind of, but also wants to hold back. Mercury sextiles Neptune and Pisces. So thinking about your wishes, your dreams, your ideals, it's a good day to plan out what you would like to bring in, what you want to wish in the new year. Can't believe we're going to be in 2021, actually. Leo moon in conjunct the Sun, and Neptune, and Mercury. So that's a kind of difficult. It may mean that, what our hearts are telling us, which is the moon in Leo, what our will and our strength is not really simpatical with the will of corporations, with big business. We might be deluded about things, we might be projecting, and we're not getting the real facts, okay? So on the 2nd, again, Leo moon in conjunct Mercury and Capricorn. Again, that's on the January 1st into the 2nd that's in Eastern Standard Time. Again, thinking clearly might be difficult, and your heart and your head might be in two different directions. Leo moon trines Venus and Sag, so that's a pretty upbeat aspect on the 2nd. You want to be thinking about planning a travel or speaking to people on the internet, loved ones. Leo moon conjuncts Pluto and Capricorn. Again, power struggles, inner struggles, shadow struggles. I think there's still a lot of shadow integration that we need to do. Moon trines Mars in Aries at 5 p.m. on the 2nd. Again, wanting to get busy, wanting to get going, and patience. And then the moon enters Virgo. Again, 8:13 p.m. It's a Saturday. We're still taking it easy here. I think this is the day when people usually would have visitors and do levees, New Year's levees and things like that. Not happening this year yet. We're still, after all this time, starting 2021 in this lockdown. Okay, so this is a very different state than we were in when 2020 started. We thought it was business as usual, and it's not. Okay, so the moon then in conjunct Jupiter, Saturn, Aquarius. So where is the evidence of this new energy? How can we bring in this new state? What do I have to do practically with my diet, with my mind, with cleaning up my act, so I can go into this new higher state of awareness, okay? Because we have to make it happen. We have to be doing it down here, as above, so below. And then on the 3rd, the moon, Virgo moon, wants us to clean up. So it might be a good time to take stock of things, to really, declutter your house. Still the beginning of the year. Mercury in conjunct Jupiter and Aquarius, so you're going to have to learn to work out in a different way. Again, this is connecting with people. Maybe trouble with the internet, actually. Moon and Virgo in conjunct Chiron and Aries. People are still feeling wounded, and I think waking up going, what the hell is going on here still? Moon trines Uranus in Taurus and the Sun in Capricorn. So that's a nice grand Earth trine. So again, grand Earth trines are good for grounding, for practicality. Moon Virgo wants the budget, wants to get their taxes done right away, wants to declutter, wants to get organized, wants to get ready to get 2021 rolling. So it seems like a very big week to me. I will be doing charts for November the 1st. I will be putting out my 2021 predictions and all that. I will be doing a live, actually, I should mention it now, broadcast of January's tarot and astrology readings for the Cosmic Intelligence Agency, I guess on the 30th, because they're in Australia there, and I usually do it the day ahead. So let's say I'm going to do it on the 30th, but I'll keep you posted, okay, because I think New Year's Eve people are going to be celebrating. All right, so definitely see you there. So if you want to get in touch with me, I'm at taratarot.com. Please follow me on my blog at infinitynow.wordpress.com. Please follow me here on my video here at YouTube. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. Thinking about getting on TikTok even. Blessings.